Hello and welcome to Brink at fragworld.org, home of the Brink Compendium, your Bibles for anything you need to know about Brink and to play Brink. Today we have a couple interviews from PAX East 2011 with the folks over at Splash Damage, the makers of Wolfenstein Enemy Territory Quake Wars, and they also made a few maps for Return to Castle Wolfenstein and Doom 3. We have Steve Badman Hessel, the community manager for Brink, and we also have the lead writer, Edward Bongoboy Stern. They've come to talk to us about Brink. We have Mad Dog from our staff doing the interview and Ethereal working the camera. So with that, let's get started with the interview.
A little bit about who you are and what you do at Splash Damage.
Hey, I'm Edward Stern. I'm lead writer at Splash Damage up on Brink. Yeah, that's what I do.
I'm Steve Hessel. I'm the community relations manager at Splash Damage.
I'd always wondered.
I just found out this morning.
Okay.
You handed that business card. Well, wait a minute.
Okay, so let's get into the questions. So, the game looks pretty polished so far. What's left to do on
No,
it?
that's factually wrong. You're wrong. No,
Really?
Yeah.
It is not polished?
No, it's not.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I played it myself. It looks amazing.
Thank you very much.
No.
So that's showing on PS3 at the moment.
Yep.
Now, obviously, we're going for platform parity. I think I've certainly played a game. I thought, wow, this game was not made for the platform, primarily for the platform.
Yep.
And we really want to give them all equal love. We just want to make, so. Obviously,
Good on you.
As a PC developer, we know previous games were all PC. It's been a learning curve to make console games.
Right.
And we're making them all, we're making them separately, but we're doing them all ourselves, all in-house, same engine, same assets, same everything. But we're not porting one to the other, so, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, because, that's a huge problem with a lot of games today. They're either ported to PC or ported to console, and they suck either way, so that's awesome. So, do you factor clans and teams being able to compete with each other in the gameplay design at all?
A little bit, yes, absolutely. I mean, the challenge for us is, all our background is kind of hardcore PC stuff, and
right.
We've had fantastic support from the online mod making community, the competitive scene. We would not exist as a company in our current form without those guys. We are fiercely aware of that. At the same time, we are trying to take all the things that are cool about online gaming to a wider audience.
Right.
But if we do that and sacrifice the depth and we don't give competitive players and the clan players what they want, we'll have failed as well.
Yep.
So that's the challenge for us. So in terms of our messaging, obviously most of it is devoted to people who have never heard of us or don't know why an objective game would be fun or why they'd ever want to do that.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that I am concerned about, because a lot of people can't appreciate like really hardcore objective-based gameplay such as the Enemy Territory series and Brink.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Quake Wars, we're very proud of Quake Wars.
I love Quake Wars.
But that was a hard game to get into. If you were
Yep.
not already, and that's the weird thing, it's like, you don't realise how expert these players are until you break down the number of skills they've got.
Right.
And I think this is true, this is like one of the few criticisms I've got of the competitive scene, is they think they're just average gamers, and they're not. They are super expert gamers.
Yep.
They think they're just like average Joes. You're not, you're looking like PhD degree players.
Yep.
So a lot of the messaging, frankly, is not aimed at them, because they know all this stuff in their bones already. They don't need to start explaining to them.
Yeah.
So we've had to spend a lot of time going, okay, there's this stuff called online, and it's been a bit scary, and we've had to kind of spoon feed people. No, I don't know, it's too hard. Because lots of people, they've tried the single player version of the game,
Right.
and they've gone online, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible for them. I think they take, rightly, need quite a bit of persuading that this can be fun too.
Yeah.
So apologies if some of this has been kind of like, wait, you're really talking down to us. No, we're not talking down to you. We're just trying to get people who've never tried this, or if they did, it wasn't fun.
Yeah. That's awesome, because it's really what you got. think you should be doing. So.
And honestly, I think in terms of competitive gameplay, Brink's got so much more accessible to the competitive community because we've got slightly smaller team sizes.
Yeah.
I would actually say it's got more layers to it than Wake was.
Yeah.
But also player ability to make different building, different types of gameplay that you like.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot more meat there.
And I felt that way too when I played it last night.
The depth is all in there. It's just we're not throwing it at the level 1 newbie player because it's just going to overwhelm them.
Yeah.
Some of the more specialist abilities that will only be available right from the beginning and Great Wars. That's like a higher level unlock.
Yeah.
Like a good player, you're going to unlock that thing like PAX. You know, it's not going to take long. But it's just too. Like for example, what's a good example? The operative can unlock an ability that lets them hack enemy turrets and turrets. You know, like. Yeah, that is a weird thing to throw at a player if they've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It's bad enough that someone can look like they're on your team and they're not. That, you know, that's enough to be needed. So all that stuff is in there. It's just a bit further down in like, and really it is the ability tree. I mean, like we've got this MMORPG depth of player customization.
Yeah.
But like you've got these pro players who like, let's just turn all the graphic settings down. They don't care about that stuff necessarily. Yeah, a lot of that we've kind of hit the depth of it we put in the abilities tree. And that's where it should be. I think that's the right decision.
Okay. So, moving right along. Tell us what you think experienced FPS players will like about the game, and conversely, what new FPS players will like about the game.
How long do you have?
Just briefly.
Yes, I'll have the lobster and the... Which order should we answer that in? Okay, yeah, casual. Yeah, I can. Well,
not that we've got any preference.
No, there are a lot of games out. I don't think there are any bad games being made anymore. They're all good. There are a lot of shooters out. They are all good. You need a lot of good reasons to play one rather than the other.
Very true.
And that was true for players. It's also true for us. We only wanted to make a game we wanted to play. It's not like, well, we can stamp this thing out and see if somebody likes it. We're going to spend years on this. Lord knows we have. So
yeah.
It better be full of stuff you cannot do in any other game. So we've got the basic shooter formula. In many ways, it's enemy territory free. Like, if you're into that stuff already, that DNA is strong in there.
I realized that before. I'm a long-time enemy territory player, and it was very, very... you know, as soon as you got into the game, it was very clear that was all those previous elements were there.
But also
prevalent.
Expose that stuff to the player, so you don't need to be an expert player. So I think the way we thought of it was think about a really experienced player. They know the map, they know the routes, they know the objectives, they know what class they need to be, they know what class all their teammates are, they know what class the enemy team is. You know, they're making decisions on a moment-by-moment basis on all of that, and they probably couldn't even explain why. They just know, I've got to be here and go do this.
Yeah.
They probably couldn't even verbalise it. We want to take that decision, in fact we have, taken that decision-making process and made the game expert in that. So, I don't want to call it an idiot button, but like, if you just hold up on the D-pad, it will tell you where to go and what to do. No matter how lost you are on the map, just hold it.
Yeah.
It will, by default, it physically rotates you to face towards where you need to go.
Right.
Now that is like, how much of most newbies' problems are just, I'm lost, where do I go, what do I do?
Exactly.
I think we're really getting towards a solution to that.
You can see it on there as well when you have like 8 strangers who've never played together before.
Yep.
On a map they've never played before, in a game they've never played before. They go out there and they manage to coordinate and finish that.
I know, it's crazy. Like even last night when I was playing the game, you know, a lot like you said, people within a couple of minutes, people were like already knew exactly what to do, and we were pound out a game in like 10 minutes.
And they're not talking to each other. They're not using VoIP.
Yep.
There's no V-saves. It's all just using the core verbs of the game.
Yeah.
So and that used to be stuff that only clan players knew to do. Oh, I'm going to give you ammo. You're going to give me health. How would you know to do that? Unless we really put a big button. Press this button now.
Yeah.
We've given you XP. Well done. You can give yourself ammo. We're not giving you any XP. It's almost as if it's better to interact with my teammate.
Right.
Sorry, that was kind of mean, but that's such a basic lesson. So many players never get an opportunity to learn. And the whole point of the game is making it just instantly easy. All right, I buffed him. Oh, he buffed me back. Done. Brilliant. Now, really experienced players, you don't need, you're going to know the map. You don't need to do that stuff. I'd advise you to still use whatever. It's a D-pad on consoles.
Yeah.
Directional pad. Sorry, D-pad is actually Nintendo copyright, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. The directional pad button device button. However you want to find it on your keyboard, your mouse, whatever, we'll let you do that. We'll let you do that in-game. The hilarious thing, console gamers are totally unused to this. It's like, I don't need to quit and reconfigure controls. It's like, you have to normally. Really? Honestly?
Right.
Okay. I would still advise you to use the mission wheel, because it just makes it clear, and also it sends the message using the automatic resave system to all your systems. Of course, if you want to use VoIP, by all means. But VoIP, by default, is just your friend list on the console. So however you want to set it up on PC, that is your choice to do.
Right.